Whether you're a buyer, a seller, or just interested in the market, this monthly video will be your ultimate guide to understanding the pulse of the real estate market here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen Collins with livinginthe.dfw.com, and I'm a licensed realtor here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And I am here to provide you with that professional insight and essential support that you need during your residential real estate journey. If at any point you need help navigating the real estate market here, contact me using the information below, down in the description below, and I'll be happy to offer my services for free. All right, so let's get right into the purpose of this video today, which is the market update video. All right, so the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market continues to display interesting trends as we head into September 2023. This market report provides insight into key statistics that define the current state of the DFW real estate market as of the previous month. And I will tell you that at the time of this recording, we have not received the update for the previous month, which was August. So we are going to be talking about July. And it's the 8th of September, and usually those updates come out around the middle of the month. So once that happens, I will come back and we will compare some of the information that we talk about today that's pertaining to July 2023, and we're going to compare that with a more updated report as of August of 2023. All right. Now, the median home prices in the DFW market has experienced a slight decline of 1.2% compared to 1 year ago, with the current median price standing at $410,000. So we're talking about the median, which is right in the middle. So that means that there are just as many homes on the market under $410,000 as there are homes on the market that are over $410,000. Now, this decrease may be indicative of shifting buyer preferences or adjustments in the market's overall dynamic. However, review of a consistent decline over several months would be required to make such an assumption. And I want people to be very careful about that when you are waiting on prices to drop. This next slide that I show you is going to be a snapshot of prices over the last 10 years and how those prices have risen over the last 10 years. So I'm not sure where the prices are going to drop, how significantly you want them to drop, but you really have to think about that. So think about, if you're wanting the prices to drop, are you looking at a specific neighborhood? Are you talking about homes in Plano? Homes in Plano median is $410,000, and I'm going to wait until those homes are about $350,000. That's kind of unrealistic, and I'll explain to you why. Here we go. So we are looking at the entire DFW MLS, all right? And these are, this is the median price over the last 10 years. So it starts back in January of 2023, and you see we're down at $150,000 versus we are here in August of 2023, and it's at $375,000. So prices have increased. They've constantly and consistently increased. We have sometimes, some periods where there's a dip, and that's your window of opportunity. If you are one of those people that are waiting on prices to go down, you really want to have your finger on the trigger and ready to submit an offer when that happens, because you can't just get a whiff of the prices are down and then decide, okay, well, now I'm going to start my home searching journey after you're kind of behind if you do it like that. Because first of all, we get these reports for the previous month. So let's say you're looking at prices that have declined. You're not going to find out that they've declined until that next month. In that next month, they may decline some more, but they may shoot up. So you really have to be paying attention to the market and be working with a professional realtor that can keep you on top of the market trends and what's going on within the zip codes and even within the neighborhoods that you want to live. So just saying, I want to wait until prices go down is not enough. You need to know exactly where you want to live in order for you to really truthfully be able to set a goal that says, I'm going to wait until the prices of these homes go down. All right. So let's talk about active listings. So the number of active listings in the Dallas-Fort Worth market has increased by 2.9% from the previous year. Now, this uptick in inventory suggests that more properties are available for potential buyers to choose from. Okay, sellers should be prepared for increased competition in this environment as demand is high. Demand is high. Demand is high. Demand is high. And active listings are up 2.9%. So that means that there are more homes on the market than there were last year. But why are so many homes on the market? Let me see what okay, so closed sales. We're getting to the nitty gritty. Okay, so we already know that prices have decreased a little bit. We already know that there's more properties on the market, and there are less closed sales. All right, so closed sales has seen a decline of 7% compared to the same period last year. So not as many people are purchasing homes as there were last year. And let's talk about why. So this decrease may reflect challenges in the market, such as rising interest rates, ding, 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 or tighter lending conditions, people not being able to get approved for a mortgage, okay, which can impact buyers' purchasing power. Now let's talk about interest rates. That's a hot topic because a lot of people are waiting for interest rates to go down. So think about this question. What do you think is going to happen when interest rates go down? You, along with thousands of other people who are also waiting for interest rates to go down, they're going to want to pull the trigger as well. Let's go through the slides, and then I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you historically what the interest rates have been. I'm going to show you a lot of we're going to get there, okay? So a thorough credit evaluation is in store for those seriously considering entering into the market. So it's just a matter of setting your goals, committing to your goals, and communicating about those goals. Whether you just need a team of people that you're working with that's assisting you in the home buying process. So you have to communicate with a lender. If you are seriously considering purchasing a home, you have to communicate with a lender, and you should be communicating with an agent that's going to assist you in this process as well. Now let's look at some interest rates. Let's look at some historical interest rates. Now this grid is going back to the 70s, and let's look at the 80s. The 80s, it was almost, they were like up in the teens, the interest rates, and our mamas and daddies and folks were still purchasing homes back in the 80s, right? I know that's when my mom and my daddy bought a house when they got married and purchased a home in the 80s, and interest rates were high, and that did not stop them from purchasing a home. And there's a caveat to that I'm going to address. Just give me a minute. Okay, so let's look. We had our historical low in 2020 for interest rates, and then they shot up, and it looks like they're climbing. It looks like interest rates are climbing. But what happens with interest rates is they do come down, right? Interest rates come down. So if you're waiting on interest rates, if they go down, you can refinance. If they go up, you're going to be stuck like Chuck if you haven't purchased, because you're going to be stuck renting, or you're going to have to bite the bullet and purchase a home that is priced at the top of the market and you have a high interest rate. So, it's kind of like you just have to pick your poison in the real estate market right now, but you definitely want to be aware of these numbers and the way these charts look and the direction of where the market is going, so that you can make an educated decision. Now, are people purchasing homes? Are transactions happening? Absolutely. This is a number of existing homes sold in the U.S. from 2005 through 2023. And right now, as of May of 2023, there's already been 4.3 million transactions. There's already been 4.3 homes that have sold in this year. And so that's right at 2008, 2009, through 2012 numbers. But will they go up? Possibly. We might sell 5 million. I really don't know if we're going to get into the fives by the end of the year, but there are still transactions that are happening. People are buying homes, and they're buying homes and they're selling homes for the reasons that we're discussing here today. Now, I showed this to you a minute ago. This is the median price of homes, but we've stretched it out past 10 years and we're looking at 20 years, and we're looking at the prices go up, right? Now let's take a look at 2008, where what were we looking at in 2008? Oh, when there were not a lot of transactions. Let's look at 2005, when there were a lot of transactions. 2005, homes were less than $150,000, and everybody bought a house in 2005, and interest rates were about where they are now, right? So, are we going to get back to that market? No, because look at prices. Prices are way up, and they're stuck. They're not going to come down. This right here, there's nothing that we can do about from 2012 all the way to 2021 and 22. This is not going to magically start going in the opposite direction, okay? And especially with the demand that there is, prices are going to continue to rise because there is such a demand. And if I'm sure you've heard the phrase supply and demand, and we've already talked about the supply. There's, a little bit more inventory on the market, but let's see if our next slide gets a little deeper into that. Let's talk about days on the market. Now, properties are spending more time on the market compared to 1 year ago, okay? Now, the average days on the market has increased by 17 days, with homes now taking 39 days to find a buyer. Additionally, the time it takes to close a sale lingering around 32 days. So this extended time frame may be influenced by various factors, all right? And we're going to talk about some of that, including the complexity of transactions, financial delays, and we'll talk about that, and buyer hesitation. Now, okay, it's always paramount to prepare by having all pertinent documents ready and available for submission in order to have a smooth transaction when the perfect offer is submitted or when your competitive offer is accepted. All right, now, days on market. Homes are staying on the market long. Now, me as a realtor, when I work with sellers, I want to sell your home as quickly as I can, right? We don't want your property to stay on the market for 39 days, right? So why is it taking so long to find a buyer? Now, it could be because of pricing. I know a lot of in 2022, when there were bidding wars and it was a seller's market, a lot of agents were, and I'm not sure if the agents were encouraging their clients to price their homes at the top, at the very top of the market, or if it was that we had sellers who decided, you know what, my neighbor got $700,000 for his home. I want to get $750,000 for mine. You know, there are strategies that a realtor will use to assist you in pricing your home appropriately. So that's one of the things that might keep your property on the market longer, is that it's not priced accurately. It's priced too high. And I know when a seller's market, and you just want to put a price out there and just get multiple offers, but it really just depends. It really depends. And what I do as a realtor working with my sellers is I do what's called CMAs, where I run comps and I look at properties that are currently under pending sales, and I look at recently sold sales, and we compare what does this property look like versus your property. Do you have orange walls in your home? Is that causing this property to stay on the market longer? Or, there are so many different things that could play into why that home is staying on the market longer, especially in an environment where there is demand, which there is demand, even though the interest rates are high and a lot of buyers are hesitant to buy right now. There's still demand. All right. Now, additionally, talking about the 32 days it takes to close. Now, what I do also when I'm working with a seller is, when I have that listing appointment, I come with a checklist of all of the documentation that you will need, because you don't want to get to closing or right 2 weeks before closing and you're still waiting on your HOA to send you documentation. We take care of that up front. We get all of your survey, and we're going to look for all of those documentation, because you don't want to accept an offer and you still have to go in your basement and look for boxes of paperwork and all this kind of stuff, and have to find this stuff. You want to have it already ordered if that's something that you have to do. Now, it's same thing with the buyer. Once you are connected with a lender, I send you a list of documents, everything that you need and everything that you might need. It's going to be documents on that list that you might not even have. But I want you to make sure that you are prepared so that you're not holding up the transaction. You don't want to be the person that's holding up the transaction, whether you're the buyer or the seller, right? So those are things that we take care of up front. All right. So inventory. Now, the DFW market currently has 2.6 months of inventory available versus 2.2 months of inventory at the same time last year. Now, this figure represents the number of months it would take to sell all available homes at the current sales rate. Now, a higher inventory level can indicate a more balanced market, providing buyers more options and potentially reducing the pressures on prices. Now, let's take a look. Oh, here we go. In the last 10 years, this inventory availability was at its peak at 4.5 months supply in the summer months of 2019, and at a historical low of less than 1 month to 1 month of supply during the first 2 months of 2022. All right, and now let's look at it. We have 2022 over here. This is the month's supply. 2022, it dipped down so low. And then here we are. This was in 2019. It was at a historic high. So this is an emotional chart. This chart is based off of a seller deciding that he wants to sell his home. All right, so this is an emotional chart, but we have this slide here where we talked about a higher inventory. Let's say more inventory came on the market right now. We had more inventory. Prices are as they are, interest rates are where they are, and everything's kind of lingering, right? But we're getting more inventory. This would be the optimal time to purchase, because Nothing has changed in the market that's going to trigger a frenzy. So right now would be ideal to purchase. Now, once something fluctuates, and the thing that's going to happen that's going to fluctuate, that's going to kick off a frenzy, is interest rates. Once the interest rates go down, everybody's going to want to buy. So if you are thinking about selling your home, we need to talk, because once interest rates go down, you're going to get multiple offers and prices are going to go up. I hate to tell you, people who are buyers that are listening, but this is the God honest truth: supply and demand. When those interest rates go down, everybody's going to want to buy. Prices are not coming down with the interest rates. I'm going to repeat it. Prices are not coming down with the interest rates. Okay? We looked at the charts. We looked at the numbers. It's not going to happen. A month to month. You have to really be watching, and you have, like I said, you have to really be ready to pull the trigger. You need to already have your approval. You need to already be looking at homes. You need to already know the zip code you want to live in. You need to already know the neighborhood that you want to live in, so that as soon as a home comes on the market, you can submit your offer, right? Because you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what you need. You know exactly what you're looking for. So with that, let's see what our next. In conclusion, the Dallas-Fort Worth real estate market is displaying a mixed picture in September 23. Absolutely. While median prices have seen a slight decline and closed sales have decreased, there is an increase of active listings and inventory levels. Okay. Now, properties are spending more time on the market, which could be attributed to various market dynamics, which we have discussed many of those dynamics. Now, for sellers, pricing strategies and marketing efforts should be carefully considered to remain competitive. And, right now, like we were talking about, pricing your home too high. You don't want to price your home too high in any market, because you want it to sell, right? You want it to sell. If you want to price your home high, then we need to look at some things, and we need to get your home up to that standard of that price that you're wanting to sell your home for. Whether that is getting some landscaping done, improving the curb appeal of your home, whether that's putting a fresh coat of paint throughout the home. But you want to make sure that you are pricing your home very strategically, right? Now, marketing efforts. There are things that you can do to market your home to get it to sell faster, right? And it's you want to remain competitive. Right now, as of right now, you want to make sure you're pricing. And even when there's a change, when the interest rates go down, you still want to price your home competitively. And I say this because once prices come down, or the interest rates come down, and you put your home on the market, you don't want to price the people outprice everyone. You want people to be interested in your property. That's where the multiple offers come in, right? You want to be able to get the best buyer in your home. And buyers, I'm sorry to say this in front of you, but that's why you should be wanting to purchase right now, before you get into a situation where you don't have any choice but to get into these bidding wars. So you want to purchase right now when there's not any bidding wars, and you can refinance later when the interest rates drop. Now, buyers may find more choices available, but should be prepared for a potentially longer home buying process. And this is what I'm talking about. A longer home buying process means that there might be a multiple offer situation. Or what could make it a longer process is trying to find the right house because there's not a lot of inventory. That's why I really like working with new construction homes, because it's easy to just go look for that new construction community, and you just pick a builder, pick a community, and you're happy. You just wait for them to build your home. They have incentives. I offer incentives for new construction homes, and it's not as stressful as going out looking for homes that everybody is looking at. Okay. All right, so monitoring the market's evolving trends and working with a knowledgeable real estate agent can be advantageous in navigating the current conditions in the DFW market. Now, please note that real estate markets can change rapidly, as you have seen on my charts. They do, and it's essential to consult with a local real estate expert for the most up-to-date and region-specific information before making any real estate decisions. All right, so I want to thank you for staying to the end. Here is my contact information. I specialize in listings and new construction. My email address is kristen@livinginthedfw.com, or you can just visit my website, livinginthedfw.com. And I look forward to working with you. I look forward to talking to you. Again, if you have any questions about navigating the real estate market here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, please feel free to reach out. Until next time,